Hello, my name is Yanni. I'm a 7-figure seller. We've done a little bit over £4 million in sales in the last 4 years. The majority of those sales came in the last 2 years where we scaled our business. We sold on Amazon, eBay, TikTok shop, and our own website. We also own a full-service Amazon agency called e-commerceville, where we help brands like you scale to the moon. So hopefully you're next. Now today I want to speak about FBM versus FBA. FBM is fulfilled by merchant, FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. We love both of them. We've done plenty of both. Today, 2024, 9th of July, we do 100% fulfilled by merchant. And I'll give you the reasons for it. Now, I'm going to use the whiteboard, and my handwriting is not the best, but I want to put the pros and the cons of both methods, why we prefer one over the other, and what I would do when I was starting or depending on your scale of your business. So, FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, and fulfilled by merchant. Fulfilled by merchant is you as the seller, you send it yourself, you buy the product, take it to your warehouse or to your own premises, and you send it to the customer when they order. You deal with everything from shipping label to boxes to packaging, absolutely everything, and the customer service. If the courier makes a mistake and messes up your parcel, you're going to take the blame for it. And you can get a 1-star review as well, and you cannot really remove it easily. Now, FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, it's completely different. Amazon takes all responsibility from everything, from damages to packaging. They do pretty much everything. That's why you pay more fees. So first, pros for FBA, let's start with them. One, for me, that's big is they take care of everything. They take care of everything. When I say everything, like you said, customer service, packaging, absolutely everything. The Prime batch, which is super big. The Prime batch, in my opinion, is one of the most important things. Everyone that has Prime wants Prime. Next day delivery. You're getting items today, sent tomorrow. And most times, especially in bigger countries like the US, I've heard they do even same days. It happened to me having them same days in the UK. So Prime badges, great. You can get away and charge more. Higher price. How much? It depends on the listing and greatly depends on the product. In some cases, if it's an existing product, and it's on Amazon, let's say on fulfilled by merchant is £4, you can probably get away with charging 6 to 7. If it's 20, even more. It really depends on the price of the product. So higher price is another one. Trust. They trust you because you're fulfilled by Amazon. Trust. They actually know that Amazon is fulfilling it a lot of the times, and they trust you 100%. That blue Prime badge is super important. Access to all Prime subscribers. Everyone that has Prime will have access to this free of charge. Of course, they pay a yearly fee. Prime subscribers. Another thing that I would definitely say is you don't need storage. No storage space is really needed for you. The only storage space you need is for you to get the items and send them. Now, that can be even zero storage space if you use third-party fulfillment centers. So you can send them directly to them. I know a lot of friends of mine who do that. They send it directly from their wholesaler, supplier, online retail arbitrage place. They send it directly to the 3PLs, third-party fulfillment centers, and they send it to Amazon. So you never touch stock. So you have the ability to never touch stock. Now, that being so, these are the pros, right? Now, cons. Higher fees. Now, the fees on Amazon will be higher. Fees are much higher. They're much higher because they do absolutely everything for you. When someone does everything for you, expect them to charge more. People complain about higher fees. Of course you're going to pay. You do absolutely nothing. Of course. Now, you need to find your product. You need to send your product, but that's it. All the fulfillment and logistical part, they do that. I think, in my opinion, FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, works incredibly well with private label brands. It does well with reselling products, but private label is, I think, where you should really use it because you have a bigger margin usually, and you can use that extra push of Prime. So higher fees is one of them. Lack of control of your stock. Now, why would you say lack of control of your stock? Amazon is sometimes known of losing your items or delaying the shipping, and that is normal. I don't know how they even do it with the amount of volume they have, being so operationally well. It's just a miracle in my opinion. So if you send something today, and it might arrive in a week, it might arrive in 3 days, it might arrive in 2 weeks. It depending if it's Q4, it depends what date it is, where you're located. You don't have control of that. They might lose something. If you mislabeled something, that's extra processing time. So it's a lot of lack of control of stock. If you want to sell eBay, TikTok, or other similar platforms for your website, it's going to be very difficult because a lot of your stock will go to FBA. There are methods for them to fulfill it to other platforms, but it's very expensive and you don't become as competitive price-wise. So you no access to other platform really. Other platforms. Another one that it's a big con for me is the cash conversion cycle is much slower. If you sell something, if you send something, let's say you buy something, right? It comes to your doors, you send it to Amazon the same day, which doesn't really happen if you have a big volume, but let's say same day you're sending everything. It takes 3 to 7 days to arrive. Once it goes live, then you can sell it and then get the money. It's a much slower conversion cycle. So your cash flow, you need to be more careful, especially when you're doing higher volume, because the more volume you have, the more stock you need to buy, the more stock you need to send. And for me, another big part is you're less price competitive. And why would I say that? Because your fees will be higher than mine that I'm doing fulfilled by a merchant, it means that you have to price it higher. Now you can get away with a couple of pounds, but after a while, it's going to eat up, because if you're pricing something at 25 pounds fulfilled by Amazon, and I'm pricing something fulfilled by merchant for 20 pounds, and I'm maybe delivering a couple of days later, most likely I'll get a lot of sales because of that. A lot of the times, if I'm jumping on the same listings, I'll get your buy box as well, which will bring me even more sales. And probably last but not least for FBA, let me just write it here, is yes, we said the lack of control, the lack of pricing, and in my opinion, if something happens, I'll give you an example, right? If you deliver something happens to your listing, you get an IP claim or your listing gets shut down, you need to get all your inventory back. And you say, wow, how does it happen often? Not really, especially if you're doing private label. But if something happens with your listing, unless you fix it, you need to take a loss and get all your stock back, and you're gonna pay for that. So that's another extra issue. To summarize it, FBA is amazing, a lot of opportunity. I will definitely do it if I'm doing private label. Private label is, in my opinion, something to do with. If I'm reselling product, I'll carefully consider. Another thing that I probably didn't mention it, if when you get multi-orders on FBA, you get charged per order. So let's say a company buys 10 different orders, 10 different units from me, but it's one company. I will get charged each by each, so I won't make extra profit. If I'm doing that merchant fulfilled by merchant, I'll make a lot of extra profit. So FBA, yes, great if you're doing private label, good if you're doing reselling brands, but you really need to know your numbers, really understand cash flow. Now let's go to fulfilled by merchant. What are the pros of fulfilled by merchant? Cash conversion cycle is much better. I can buy something today, sell something today, and hopefully get my money tomorrow. It doesn't really work exactly like that, but you can sell a lot of items the same day. You can, to a certain extent, plan better for stock, because I don't have to think about the 7 to 9 days or 3 to 4 days, 3 to 7 days for the stock to arrive on Amazon. It comes to me and it can go live instantly. I can sell on all platforms. I can sell on Amazon, eBay, TikTok Shop, and our own website. I don't have to limit my stock. I can have them listed on all platforms. As long as I know how to manage my stock, I can sell on all platforms, and that is a big thing. I own my stock, meaning I have the stock with me. I don't have it in a center, so I can always use it, and my balance sheet will be probably healthier because of that. Because yes, you're going to send it to FBA, but if something happens to your stock, it's going to be difficult to get your money back, and you have to work a lot for that. You need to open an investigation with Amazon, a lot of help center cases, and it's an issue. Another pro for me is, I said cash conversion cycle, I said how well you can actually manage your stock. Another for me is you can bundle products easier. Why do I say bundle products easier? Bundle products easier and cheaper. Because if you're doing bundled products or multi-packs, it's going to be much easier, much simpler to do it yourself and merchant fulfilled. Operationally, when you do the picking and packing, it's going to be more difficult. But the actual price, if you're bundling it, is going to be cheaper if you do it on a 3PL or FBA. Another one is big, lower production cost. Why do I say that? Lower production cost to me is that my unit will be cheaper than yours, because I have staff, because we have a warehouse. My unit should be much cheaper. If you send it to FBA and I'm sending it to merchant fulfilled, it should be much cheaper because you control that. Now this, when we talk about fulfilled by merchant, is only if you do it in your own warehouse or your own premises. If you do it with a 3PL, it becomes much more expensive, but it should be much cheaper. Now you need to run your numbers, to be honest. If you run your numbers, it should be much cheaper. As long as you're running those numbers and it's cheaper, it's great. If it's not, then you need to adjust. Another thing is price advantage. I should be always better priced than you. because it's much cheaper for me to ship. My shipping cost will be £2, yours will be much more when we add the fees. Price advantage and price super important in this platform. You need to make sure that your price is at a good point. Another thing that I think is very important is, we said price advantage. Another great point is lower fees. The fees will be significantly lower, especially if you manage to take your price under £10. Multi-packs will be a big part. When I say multi-packs, is someone will buy more than one. And that is something that you would be heavily charged on Amazon. If someone buys 10 products for me, the same products, the same person, I will make a lot more money because I'll be paying shipping once instead of paying it 10 different times. And what are the disadvantages of fulfilled by a merchant? And in my opinion, they're a good amount. You have to have your own warehouse or premises. So that is a lot of operational work, operational cost, and a lot of work in general. You have to pay rent, bigger overheads. You will be overheads heavy. What does that mean? Meaning that yes, I have my own warehouse, but I have the rent, I have the staff to pay. So it's a lot of extra things, the packaging supplies, the boxes, there's so many things to be involved. You need to actually know how to manage staff and manage an operational unit and how to run a business, which is a pain in the neck. Amazon, second part in my opinion, is always Amazon doesn't take any responsibility. So FBA, Amazon deals with everything. Fulfilled by merchant, completely different. They don't take care of none of it. So if the courier messes up, we take the hit. If we mess up, of course we take the hit. If something gets damaged in transit, we take the hit. So refund rates can be higher because of that. Customer service will be a lot more work. Another con is customer service will be a lot more work. You get a lot more messages. When we did 100% FBA, we get barely any messages. Now that we do 100% fulfilled by merchant, we have plenty of messages. And a lot of them are, is my parcel arriving today? Can you change my address? This was damaged. So it's a lot of things that you might not be able to control. So that part is a little bit more complicated. But again, profit should be much higher with merchant fulfilled. Percentages, significant percentages higher. I hope you liked the video. Fulfilled by merchant, fulfilled by Amazon. I'm a bit biased now with fulfilled by merchant, but I think both have amazing opportunities. Pros and cons are different. Choose your own battles, choose your own methods. I prefer to fulfill by merchant. Now with our operation, this might change in a year. Hope you liked it. My name is Yanni. Any questions?